know how it can help you guys in your daily lifestyle, in your workout regimens, and overall. It's going to be awesome. What's up, guys? Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru.
What's up, guys? It's Friday, Titan Lifestyle. Great to have John back in the studio.
My man.
He went to Switzerland.
Yeah, man, Switzerland.
He was living the dream over there, like an Instagram picture. When I saw the pictures, it looked just like they do on Instagram. Like the mountains and everything's green. Like it really looks like that.
It really does look like that. It's super green over there. Just depending on where you're at in Switzerland, all Switzerland's green. But like we were on by Geneva side, let's say, in California, that's little town. And man, the French Alps there, where Avion comes from, I was like, this is just excellent, right? Like, it's so pure there. Everything was just so fresh. I mean, everything was so clean. Like, guys, I mean, it was like this little town, and even on Saturdays, like all the shops close at 6 p.m.
Wow.
They didn't care.
Like a little village. Yeah.
After 11 p.m., you weren't getting any food. I mean, at that point, there was a couple bars open, I think, till maybe 1 or 3.
Yeah.
But no food at that point.
Crime must be down then if everything shuts down that early. I mean, it must be.
You know what?
Seems like it'd be a lot safer if everything closed down, no bars.
I think maybe I seen like one police officer, and that was it. And I was like, I really didn't see too many cops even going in there. Like, usually going through customs, like they just checked the thing, and that was it. No bag check, no security after that. So I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
What about the people? People are nice from.
People are really nice, yeah. In that part, in the geographical region, they all speak French, but all of them they spoke English too. So that was really nice. As far as communicating with us. I mean, think about how many Americans we don't fluidly speak another language, right?
Yeah.
But most like Europeans and stuff like that, they have to learn these different languages.
Yeah, I know in Asian countries, and they start them in like first grade, like learning other. We're like the only country that doesn't teach, ESL like early.
Yeah.
It's usually like once you get to like your sophomore year, then you start taking French or Spanish.
Yeah.
But it's good that they speak like that.
All right.
Let's get it.
Oh, bought your first badge. Dan Wheeler, big shout out to you, man. You know what? I'll tell you what. Listen, I'll get you some new Titan gear, official, just for doing that. I promise you. So you can get to pick out anything we got. Hats, shirts, whatever. You want a shaker cup, whatever it is, man. So you got hooked up. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much. So listen, let's get into this. Injectable Hercules Potion. A lot of people have questions on this all the time.
The Injectable Hercules, the Hercules Potion. There's only one, the original. Everybody has a lot of fake stuff now, research, labs. So first thing I want to say is when it comes to Hercules Potion, if you guys see on other websites it's not Hercules Potion and it has similar ingredients and it says for research purposes only, you could really mess yourself up. That's basically saying if you get hurt or you get infected or you get injured, it's on you. So first, I want to say that there's only one Hercules Potion at Titan Medical.
That's
Other amino this, amino that, it's not the same thing.
That's right.
It's not quality, and it's no guarantee.
Absolutely. I mean, it says for non-human consumption.
Yeah.
So and people that are supposed to be healthy or want to be healthier or trying to get to that level are doing things like that. Even at, I understand maybe a fraction of the cost and stuff like that, but you're still taking a chance. So it's like a loaded bullet in Russian roulette. You don't know if the bullet's going to be in that chamber when you pull that trigger.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people that order from, that used to order from those places, and like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
There's no regulation on these batches, so they have like a good batch, a watered down batch, a high dose batch, a bad batch, a batch that's different all of a sudden. So if you want consistency every time, it has to come from a pharmacy and it has to be doctor prescribed, like to you, specifically to you.
Absolutely. So big shout out to Rod in the house, Mike Lynch. What's going on? So that's the best thing about Hercules Potion. It's regulated through us. As far as the pharmacy, so it's U.S. licensed pharmacy. It's prescribed by a physician or medical provider at that point, and it's combining a whole bunch of different things that are going to do you a lot of good. I mean, from glutamine for recovery, arginine, L-citrulline for the vasodilation, for the pump, basically making you more veinier. If you do have veins, you're going to come out even more. So that's a really good one.
Yeah, I definitely kind of roadmap. If you guys have seen any of my videos or any photo shoots where I'm veined out, I got at least 2 to 4 mLs of Hercules in me during those photo shoots. So.
Oh yeah,
and it stays too. Most stuff you take these powder mixes, you get a pump, and then like stomach starts feeling weird, and you lose your pump, get cold, and the chills. This is like as soon as I leave the gym with the same pump I get after my first couple sets, which is good, especially if we're going to the beach.
Absolutely.
You guys are looking for a pre-beach pump, this is it. Yeah. Like, this is it. It's going to keep you pumped up, not just the first hour you get there. It's going to keep you like that. So hit a couple push-ups on the sidewalk and
that's
push-ups,
the trick.
Dips on the sidewalk, and
that's
with
the
the Hercules,
Even if you're going to the pool and you ain't got a beach, trust me, this is the trick, guys. And
if you want to be IG famous, you just want to take some pictures for IG. People nowadays spend more time for the pictures in IG than they'd actually rather have a photo shoot on their own at the house. So even you ladies, if you ladies are doing all these booty pics, get some Hercules, put it on the top outer sides of your glutes, get that roundness, and then you can take all these pictures.
It's true.
You might even get your followers up, get more people, get more connections with the Hercules booty shots.
So true, guys. So basically at that point, when you're enhancing a site, and this is not a site enhancement like SEO oil or anything like that, excuse me, but it does help with instant gratification in that muscle to pump it, even the mind to muscle connection. Some people are missing that. Maybe it's an injury or never had that.
I'm like that with my tricep. My left tricep, I just can't get it to fire. Like it won't. I can't. Like my right one, if I flex it, you can see everything. My left, even when I flex it, it doesn't feel that. That's why I put the Hercules only in my left tricep, that way it can fire away. A lot of times people's quads are like that too. They can't get them to flex a certain way, or if they're on stage, they just don't know how to put their heels or sit on it. Hercules will make it a lot easier.
Absolutely.
A lot easier.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's a big one. I mean, even we've got one of our patients and people on here that's usually on here is Hulk Squad. And he reposted, what he was working on. I guess one of his arms was, not symmetrically, like the other one, basically, right? And at that point, he's like, the proof is in the pudding. So, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, real testimonials from real patients that are utilizing it for that. That's a good thing, too.
Mikey Lynch says, you need a male model with a dad bod, time to represent Titan. Shout out to Mike Lynch for the first good comment of the day.
Yeah, Mike, I love this, right?
Titan model with a dad bod, love it.
Yeah, we need something might be posted to fit that category.
One thing to touch on that, a lot of people think Titan athletes and people with Titan all look like bodybuilders. That's not true. 90% of our, or maybe even more of our patients look like regular people. So he's kind of making a joke of it, dad bod. But I mean, our stuff works with guys that have a dad bod, or where they look like they're getting ready for a show. It works with everybody. So you don't. Titan doesn't necessarily mean you need to be all shredded and ripped up.
Absolutely not. It's about improving your quality of life. You don't have to be a muscle bound or anything like that. It's real funny. He said Hercules Potion is the truth. Oh, man, for sure, Mike. I think everybody that takes Hercules Potion really, really knows what's up with Hercules Potion. So, I explain it to people all the time. I can tell them it's really, really good. I don't want to overindulge on them, but I tell them, like, listen, it's gonna, it's gonna do some game-changing stuff for you, hopefully. And at that point, the proof is in the pudding when you take it, and that's it.
Yeah, I get a lot of mixed people asking, how do you take it? How much should I take? I take mine maybe like before I leave to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like I'll literally load them up and have them sitting on my counter, and then like once I'm getting dressed and I have everything ready, I'll literally, right before I leave the gym, and I live maybe 10 minutes from the gym. So once I get there, I usually warm up, and then it just starts kicking in while I'm warming up. But you only really need to take anywhere from 10, 45 minutes before you train.
Yeah.
And again, if your stomach's full, it's not going to change anything. That's the main thing. You take a whole bunch of BCAAs with a pre-workout meal in your stomach, it's going to make you use the bathroom. Where with this, it's not even going to touch your stomach at all. So
absolutely.
About 45 minutes before you go, with or without food, and you'll be ready to go.
Big shout out, Strength Addicts, Kid Fit Ass Haynes in the house, Meat Squad Pablo, how you guys doing out there? Your son, what's going on? And what up, Chrissy? What's going on? Hercules, the entire reason I started with Titan 5 years ago. 5 years and still using it as often as possible. Yeah, it's been a game changer ever since we've came out with it. Obviously I've used it every time I've trained or done any physical activity, or even, like I said, walking around the theme parks all day long.
Oh yeah. I mean, that pump stays. It definitely stays.
Trust me, you utilize every one of those chances you can get, especially if you're going to be doing any strenuous activity. So it's a game changer, especially for recovery too, not just pump. So I mean, we focus in on the pump because of the instant gratification that it causes. But at that point, there's a whole bunch of other different benefits that you can possibly get out of Hercules Potion. Like definitely glutamine, we're talking about recovery, lysine to build the immune system, NAC for liver functions. I mean, we're talking about collagen-based amino acids like proline in there. Ornithine, that's the one that, you can do more strenuous activity for. It's an anti-fatiguing amino acid too as well. So L-carnitine, blood flow and muscle building, these are different things that will definitely help you guys out.
And if you guys are interested in the price, you want to know how much it is compared to other places, tally up all the ingredients in Hercules Potion and call or Google search, figure out how much it would be for one injection of each ingredient in Hercules Potion. I guarantee you'll be spending a lot.
Yeah.
So we give you a great deal having all those in one, as opposed to, I mean, there's places that's charging $50 for one B12 shot.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, come on now, like
you know, when
one B12 shot. Come to Titan, get a whole bottle of Titan Complete.
30 ml.
Exactly. And
30
have
shots.
carnitine and all that stuff in it too. So.
30 shots. I mean, you know, people understand that. You know, they see the price. I'm like, listen, if you went and go and get these from somewhere else, it's going to be a lot more expensive. They don't believe me, and they usually call us back afterwards because they're like, you know what, you're right.
And not only that, if you're getting one, if it's all through injectables, that means you might have to go multiple companies or multiple avenues, which means it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be regulated. It's going to be research purpose and all. It's
not worth it, guys.
Not worth it at all.
It's not worth it. Rod, used Hercules in my quads yesterday, and they're still pumped and vascular. Nice. I believe so, man. And everybody that sees you, they're like, oh, whatever, this guy's going to look like this. I'm telling you guys, everybody uses it. Whole not law in the house, what's going on, Mike? So, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, but he's defying age. Yeah. You know, Rodney truly is, for sure, defying age. There ain't too many like Rodney out there.
It's crazy because people were saying that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? People were saying Rodney's defying age 10 years ago, and now it's still.
True. Mike Lynch said definitely worth the price because it has everything. It definitely is. It covers a lot of different avenues, you know, as far as what you're trying to get and for better optimal health all the way around. Rodell, kicking the aging process. Yeah, he definitely is. Superhuman with Titan, for sure. All right.
Shout out to Joe Mel, just joined. Never seen that person before.
Joe Mel, what's going on? How you doing? Drew, good angle, bro. You can get Lemon jacked. He's always jacked. It doesn't matter what angle Drew is at, okay? And when you see him in person, it's even more of a effect. Yeah. He's sitting down right now.
I kind of like that, though. If I go places and people see me and they're like, you look bigger in person, because usually it's the other way around. Usually it's, you know, you see people on Instagram, they got all these angles and stuff.
Filters.
Like some of these guys I see that look huge, I see them at these expos and they're taking pictures of me. He looks like my son. but the picture, he looks huge. So it's like, shout out to Holden.
The Nicole in the house, what's going on, girl? Seeing all your work and progress. Good job. Keep it up.
Turned the life around completely.
Absolutely. Big shout out. All right, so Big Dru's Titan Therapies pre-workout, stack, and breakfast. So what are we eating in the morning, Drew?
What I'm eating in the morning, and again, I spoke on the Hercules. Usually I take my Hercules. It could be right when I eat. It could be right after I eat. It doesn't really matter. But I always start out my day with oatmeal. I've been starting out with oatmeal for years, like over 10, 12 years, probably oatmeal every morning. Yeah. I'll either do whole eggs or I'll do egg whites. If I do egg whites, I'll put the liquid egg whites in the blender with the oatmeal, banana, cinnamon, honey, and blend it up and just chug it down. Or I'll just make my eggs scrambled with oatmeal, and then I'll have like a couple pieces of fruit. Whether it's strawberries, I mix it in, I have a banana on the side. Okay. For me, that works best. It's all natural food. It's not a powder shake. It digests well. I always have people saying, what do you take before you work out? I literally eat the same thing every day before I work out. Yeah. And again, the Hercules Potion is a must. Like I'll U-turn and go back to the house if I don't take my Hercules. But Hercules Potion's a must. Titan Complete's a must. I always start out my day with Titan Complete. So I work out in the morning. So it's the same. And then again, ECA. Yeah. ECA is like, that's it. I might take a little bit of black coffee with it, but I wouldn't recommend anybody do that. Right. I have a high tolerance. I've been drinking coffee every day. So if you guys have a high tolerance, you've been drinking coffee every day for years, you might be able to get away with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's just something I do every once in a while. Right. But I'll also take that ECA capsule with my food, so to slow the absorption just a little bit down so everything kicks in while I'm working out.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't make you use the bathroom.
No.
You know, a lot of pre-workouts, they make you use the bathroom and you can't work out. God forbid it's a leg day or a heavy set day. It's just
nauseous.
If you wear a weight belt, it's even worse because it's just like squeezing it out of you.
Drinking it down. I mean, guys. I mean, trust me. I mean, you guys that do go out there and that utilize some of these supplements over the counter right now, you can't tell me it doesn't get old. You know, you're having to carry around the jug and you're drinking, whether it's your BCAAs, then you're drinking your pre-workout, then you're drinking your shakes. I mean, dude, listen, even if you're regimented in person, like Drew, or even to myself, it's kind of, I mean, you just get full stomach, man. Yeah. It's, and you're doing what you got to do because you're going to stick to the plan, right?
Yeah, I like to eat about at least an hour before I work out, so that way everything is fully fully digested and good. But the ECA is a must. The Hercules is a must.
For sure.
Same breakfast every day. When I go out of town or if I have a different breakfast, I feel it right away. I feel funny. I don't feel the same. My stomach's not, whether it's pancakes at a hotel or something, it just doesn't. Yeah. So usually if I go to a hotel, I have the same thing: oatmeal, fruit, and eggs. They have oatmeal, fruit, and eggs everywhere. It's not meat, and it's easy to digest. So everything is soft. So I make my oatmeal, put the fruit on top of it, put the eggs on top of it, mix it all in with some cinnamon, and it's easy to get down as opposed to cutting up dry chicken breast or rice or whatever. So I want to work out and be comfortable. I don't want to have steak and rice in my stomach just lingering around. So that's worked best for me. I highly suggest you guys try it out. And again, too, when I do the egg whites in a blender, I can get 2 cups of oatmeal, which is too much to put in a bowl, and it's too much to get down. So 2 cups of oatmeal in a blender, 2 cups of egg white in a blender, fruit, cinnamon Splenda, and maybe some honey, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple. I don't need glutamine in there because the Hercules has the glutamine in there.
Pretty simple.
I don't need citrulline because the Hercules is in there. I don't need anything, so it's like the perfect blend. I had it this morning. I'm going to have it tomorrow. I'm going to have it the next day. So
if you guys have anything that you guys eat in the morning you think is, it's going to contribute to somebody on here to maybe losing weight and give them the energy all day, I guess, please contribute that out here and let us know what you guys are eating.
So I know you do the eggs. I know you do the hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
He does 10 or hard-boiled eggs.
Yes.
So if I have a short carton of egg whites, that's already 10 measured out. So it's 50 grams. So I mean, if you guys are looking to get a quick hit of protein, get the short carton of egg whites, chug it down straight out the box if you have to. Or if you get some Crystal Light packets, sugar-free, put the Crystal Light packet in the egg whites, get an orange one, shake it up, and it's thick like orange juice. If you want to add to that, you could put an orange, put a whole orange in a blender.
Drew's the truth.
Put a whole orange in a blender, put a tall carton of egg whites in there, and then now you have the full orange, so it gives it that pulp. Egg whites is a little thick, and then the orange Crystal Light gives it that. So if I pour that at my house for you, you'd think it was just high pulp orange juice.
This is a hell of a concoction, Drew.
And it's protein too, so you can get your protein in as opposed to eating it. So if you just want to have a bowl of oatmeal by itself, or have a banana or 2 by itself and have your orange juice, that's even lighter on your stomach. So,
It's good stuff right here. I mean, Drew's dropping some knowledge on you guys and some different concoctions maybe you've never even thought about, right?
Because it's sugar-free stuff and put it right in the egg white carton, twist it back up, shake it up, and drink it.
See, I'm too plain for this. I would never even come up close to this. So, God bless Drew for this, right?
Yeah.
Chef and a nutritionist.
Trust me. He's dropping some good things for you guys. All right, so thoughts on stacking IGF-1 and MK677. Does blood work need to be done before those peptides?
Good question.
All right, so let's get to the blood work. So no blood work's needed. Blood work is needed for IGF-1 therapy. Blood work for MK677 is not required. Now, I'd always say, with this, you're probably going to want to do a blood test anyway and get a baseline and see where you're at and then go from there. Some people don't want to do that and they go straight on MK. That's totally fine. But with IGF-1, it's a little bit different and it's a little bit more stronger as far as this could be growing cells in the body. Good cells and maybe bad cells. So at that point, we want to see if everything else is healthy in the body, everything's sound to a certain extent, know your medical history, have the provider look at all this good stuff, maybe family history, make sure there's not cancer or anything going on, or I had cancer 6 months ago. This is literally people who call me up. Literally. I've had cancer 6 months ago. I just got cleared. And at that point, I want to do IGF-1 therapy. I want to do testosterone. I want to do all this. I'm like, listen, man, you just got done with doing it. I understand. Because, when you're taking those chemo drugs, it's definitely going to kill off every cell in the body too, right? Good cells and bad cells. But at that point, it kills your hormones too as well to a certain extent. Testosterone gets put in the toilet, so they probably feel even worse. And at that point, I do want to help people out, but you don't want to put them at risk to maybe because there's reoccurrence of cancer coming back, right? So and it happens more often than you think. So you don't want something like that to ever happen. You want to definitely have some clear time to make sure that nothing's going wrong.
Yeah, I'd say blood work for everything.
Yeah.
If you're coming to Titan for anything, blood work.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's required or not. I would definitely say blood work.
Yeah, for sure. Blood work's definitely a must, and not even if you want to go on with these therapies, just to check to see what's going on with yourself. Even if you come to Titan or don't come to Titan, which we'd love to have you guys, and we do 49 states, but
49 now.
49, baby.
Ohio.
49. Ohio's in the house. But at that point, just do it for yourself. Keep it on file. You guys know how your health is trending through times too, as well as you do that. Louis Scarmozzi, NAD, unbelievable, incredible focus. So Louis is a good friend of mine. Plus, he's the personal chef of Titan Medical Center official. And at that point, he was making up some stuff today, and he does a lot of different things. And I was telling him about NAD, so he got to try NAD, and he's loving it.
Yeah,
he's loving it. So
thinking of all kinds of concoctions to cook and stuff.
Oh yeah,
zoned in the kitchen.
Oh yeah. Amanda, what's going on? Happy Friday to you too as well. Dan Weller said blood work is key. All right, hit the like button, guys. I appreciate it, Christian. Thank you. Let's go on to the next one. High-fat diet linked to nitric oxide levels and cancer development. So when we talk about nitric oxide levels, yes, nitric oxide levels are a good thing. But when they're put in the microenvironment of cancer tumor cells, this is when it's bad. And this comes from eating high-processed fatty foods.
Keto.
Yes, so high fat, high calorie, right? And this is something that's being processed too as well. So when we talk about hamburgers at McDonald's, or we talk about, pretty much things that on the shelves. Even some of these different things like cookies and stuff like that you might see that look so delicious could be very bad and very high in as far as you don't want to eat them anyway. If you're eating a high fat, high calorie diet. Yeah, you're going to gain a whole bunch of weight, right?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of a high-fat diet, especially when you're trying to lose body fat. Like, you're putting fat into your body to take it off. Maybe if you need a little bit for fuel, if you don't have any carbs, but I'd take carbs over fat any day.
Yes.
I really don't have a lot of fat in my diet at all. I've just been carbs and protein. I'll lower my protein, lower my carbs or protein, and do those two. But I don't really do fats.
Yeah.
Fat slows down the absorption, slows down the digestion. Yeah. If you guys make a peanut butter sandwich and you leave the knife in the sink, even if it's soaking in some dish detergent, it's there for hours and hours.
It's true.
So you can only imagine how it's sitting in your stomach.
It's true.
So if you eat some chicken and rice, and then maybe have a spoonful of almond butter or peanut butter. Let me get my fats in. That stuff is just literally meshed into all the food and just sitting there.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to be bloated. Stuff can constipate you like crazy. I actually had a friend that was in the military that said, like, when they didn't want to use the bathroom, they would literally eat jars of peanut butter.
Oh, really?
Because they were out in the field, they didn't want to go, so they would literally eat peanut butter. So that way they wouldn't. Yeah, so stock them up. After he said that, I was like, yeah, that's exactly why I stopped with the peanut butter and the high fats and the avocado. I don't put oils in any of my food.
Yeah,
I cook it plain, maybe a little bit of pink salt, or just plain.
Yeah. So even with this, so these tumor cells, they're rather the entire microenvironment. They're the ecosystem basically, right? And this is what fuels the tumors to grow. And this is with eating this sort of diet. So it's putting you more at a high risk. Obviously, you're higher risk for health problems in the future, right? So you really, and it's pretty much common sense. Like, you're eating this high fat, high calorie diet, processed foods. It's going to do harm to you, right? It's not good for you. It's not like a home cooked meal. And this is why I talked to Louis. I'm like, man, there's no way, because it's so easy to order Uber Eats nowadays, and all these different things, and they're bringing you this stuff, so it's even easier to get. Before, you'd actually have to get in your car, drive there, at least go through the drive-through, right, before you can get it. So it would detour some people, where now it's just so easy and simple to get. It's at your fingertips, literally, and they'll deliver anywhere that you go.
Yeah, and the delivery and service fees are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Of course. They want more business, obviously, so that's what it is.
Yeah, I love ordering stuff. I don't like going anywhere anymore.
Yeah, man. It's so simple and easy. God bless it, right? Big shout out to Maria, Lyman, C. Bassman, Charles. What's going on?
Especially stuff you don't feel like dealing with, like big paper towel packs and cases of water. I don't want to deal with that.
It's worth it,
Deliver it, I open my door, it's right there. Yeah.
It really is, and that's got to go up here sooner, or whatever it is, because I wasn't even going to talk about, but gas prices are through the roof. I think everybody's on the same page as that.
Luis is saying throw some roughage into that diet. I actually, me and John are pretty much similar. We don't do vegetables.
Yeah.
But I threw some spinach in a couple of my shakes this week, just for digestion, and I'm not gonna lie, it helped.
Yeah.
But I just hate vegetables.
Yeah. I'm pretty regular as it is without the vegetables, but since I got Louis doing it, I do like one vegetable.
What's up?
I like green beans, crispy.
Yeah. See, I'll do cucumbers.
He does. you know, if I got somebody to come in with some cucumbers, I might
it makes the food a lot less dry.
It's like refreshing to eat. You know?
Yeah, it's like clean. Actually, what I like for a snack is watermelon with cucumbers, like cut all up, mixed together. Like that blend is like
so
clean.
hydrating.
It's clean too. Yeah.
Oh man, so you know, this is good stuff for you guys.
Stuff
you know, this is stuff you guys can get from the supermarket and do yourselves. I mean, you know.
Or you could throw it in the blender and just a little bit of water, blend it up, and you'll have like a cucumber watermelon drink.
Well, you know, I mean, I tell people that for the summertime, like throw some ice in there.
Yeah.
And it's a frozen drink, literally. You can give it to kids. You can also get some sticks, put them in little cups, Dixie cups, and you can make popsicles.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, when
I was a little kid, it was lemonade. We did the lemonade in the ice cube tray, the
Kool-Aid.
lemonade, and they would just put the popsicle, and then just.
Dude, we used to do the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And they used to have these things where you put it in there, and it had like a straw attached to it too, so the stuff that would drip down, you could literally.
So it was like perfect.
Dude, it was awesome. I mean, you couldn't beat it. Anyway, yeah, little good stuff for you guys. All right, so yeah, thoughts on alkaline water. I've read a lot of powerful articles on benefits of drinking this kind of water. That said, it's not cheap. Yeah, have you ever seen the machines of what they go for? I think it was like maybe like $5,000 to $8,000. I've seen them to 10. You know, and they come here a lot, and they basically say, you know, it's obviously better for you, and all these different things, and the pH levels in the body. You know, so I can see with the benefits of this. Can I offset the cost of it?
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm just being honest with you. I don't think the benefits outweigh the cost. I mean, I don't think it's worth it to a certain extent. And I'm all about whatever is the best, whatever's going to help me out at this point. I'm all in for sure.
Yeah, I used to be just regular purified. Now I'm actually been drinking Spring.
Really?
It's the best.
Spring's the best.
It's the best anyways. It
has
the real nutrients still in it.
Yeah, I love Spring, dude.
But alkaline, I don't know. Yeah. I don't get it. Like, I'll have it if it's the only water there, or if, you know, some place has waters, and, you know, I just take one and drink it. But
yeah, I mean, like alkaline machine, definitely. I'll drink some alkaline water, but like I said, I'm not going to go out of my way, and I'm not going to buy the machine. Yeah. It just is what it is.
I'd rather spend my money on some food.
Yeah, for sure, or some more Evian water.
Yeah, you should have drank the Evian. You were just in Switzerland. I would have went. Right
I did.
But
I didn't go there.
I would have went right to the lake.
Dude. You know what? I told Sharice, I was like, listen, man, I was like, I should have went up there literally, because when you see it, you know, it's like 75, 80 where you're at, but the mountains, they have snow on them, right? So you can go up there, you can probably grab some snow and then bring it all down and probably be so pure you could probably drink it.
Yeah, wait for it to melt and you got some Evian.
That'd be the purest source that you could possibly get. I mean, you know, it's
making me thirsty thinking about it.
I didn't see any industry where I was at in that town whatsoever, so it was just crazy.
That's right. Food for the win.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes.
Real food.
Yeah. It says no. Dan Willis says it makes no sense to go to the gym, work the fat off, then have fast food for dinner. Oh, I mean, that's true.
I did that for years and years and thought I was the man until I got rid of it, and then my waist shrunk up and everything just came in place. So.
It'll definitely help you get bigger. So when people tell me like, "Hey, listen, I want," you know, that's what it's called, like a dirty bulk. Like, you know, people are just going there and they're subbing 5 guys, like 3 hamburgers, you know, at a time, you know, and hitting it up. But, you know, it's not going to be good all the way around for you health-wise, for sure.
Yeah, why not just buy some, you know, lean beef and just make the burger at your house? You know, that way you know exactly what's in it, and that way you could control the grease too. When you make these burgers, they're not really drain the grease out. Most places, the more greasy, the better, because it tastes better. And
I hate that.
You go home, you could be draining the pan as you're making it and push it with the spatula and suck the grease out of it, and plus you know what you're getting. So.
It's so funny because Lewis, you know, he's been cooking, right, and like literally, man, when I tell him like I want a pinch of salt like on everything and a pinch of pepper and that's it, he'll be like, okay. Like, at first I was like, hey, I'm like, no. Like a pinch, literally a pinch, dude. He's like, man, I've never seen anything like this.
Does he salt bay it up?
Oh, you know, I mean, listen, you know, the whole thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lewis, and you know, I mean, chefs want to indulge on different spices and ingredients and taste for the palate, you know, and different garnishments, and it's all about presentation. I love that aspect of it. It's a beautiful thing. It's an art. But for me, listen, I'm a caveman. Give me steak, potatoes, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. You
know, it just is what it is for me. You know, and I guess if I die in earlier life because of that, at least I'll be
shredded,
satisfied, shredded, right?
Open casket with a 6-pack.
And living my best life, for sure, 100%. Excuse me.
Shout out to Selwyn. Someone just got on here. Fit Oxygen John, Cobra Kelly.
Addicts about ECA.
Said getting a lot of DMs about ECA Plus stack is definitely a boatload of energy and no crash.
Yes,
nice.
yes. So ECA Stack Plus, I mean, that's definitely one of our top selling therapies, and patients love it because it's going to give them great energy. It's going to help them with mental clarity and focus, hopefully, and at that point, it's going to give them great energy and help them with fat burning. That's the big one. And then pushing you through your day too, without having to get any sugary drinks or energy drinks or having to take over-the-counter supplementation to possibly get you this boost of energy that you need that has everything in it that you don't need, possibly, right? So that's the thing. ECA Stack Plus is a really easy one. It's a capsule, very simple and easy to do. No blood work's necessary. We do require the medical consultation. You need to fill out the new patient paperwork. And you guys can all do this in 49 states. All you guys got to do is call or text 727-389-3220.
ECA is one of our cheaper therapies, too.
Yeah.
So if you guys are looking for something that's less expensive to start out, ECA is cheap. So
yes,
it's a lot cheaper than if you would buy that stuff on its own. And again, it's doctor prescribed. You don't have to worry about the quality of it. Yeah. Comes straight to your doorstep as well. So.
And then Michael Lynch. So we are going to start doing a cooking class each week for meal prep ideas. We've already put this idea out in play. It's going to turn to fruition, and it's going to be there probably in the next 60 days, 90 days. We're going to probably do that, start doing the cooking at the house, the new house, and at that point be able to do that.
Nice.
So we can film some stuff for you guys. Get some good content for you guys and help you guys out with a healthier lifestyle all the way around. All right? All right, so let's get to the next one. Could video games boost a child's intelligence?
I would definitely believe so. That's why I picked this topic.
Okay. Because people usually say it rots their brain.
Yeah, but that's old school. Now kids can Google and find out that that's BS. Back in the day, when older people would say, "Don't sit in front of the TV, you're going to burn your eyes," we used to just believe them just because we had no way to research it. Now, I mean, no one's going to say that because the mom's telling the kid, "Don't sit in front of the TV all day," but she has a phone up to her face for 10 hours a day. So I mean, it's kind of like you can't really say that anymore. And not only that, too, kids can Google search stuff now. When I was a kid, it was like, oh, you need to eat this, otherwise you're going to, die. And then now, these kids can look up how many hours a day is it going to affect, and then they'll be like, no, it's not going to. Another thing, too, is today's kids learn differently than we learn.
Right.
I mean, if you give a baby a tablet, it naturally just starts swiping and stuff.
Right.
So they learn differently. So in terms of video games, once you become repetitive doing the same thing over and over again, I mean, you just get better at it. So these kids play games for hours and hours. I think it definitely helps. All that rotting your brain is old school. I never believed it when I was younger.
No,
so, I mean, now it's like...
You're training your muscles, I mean, to a certain extent, right? And then you're training eye-to-hand coordination, too, as well, on whatever it is and these games are. Right. And then, I mean, you're learning... You're going to AI worlds in some extent now with the headsets that are coming out. So, I mean, think about kids and think about not just video games, but let's talk about like Nerf guns. You're literally loading a clip up, just like you would load a regular gun clip. Yeah.
Banana clips on a Nerf gun.
It's really, it's really surreal and realistic, what these kids are doing, and just like the video. So, I seen this video of the shooter in Buffalo, and what he did was he had a first-person video camera. So when he went through and he's killing all these people, there's a first-person view of this. And it was literally like any video game you would see right now. Like it was just.
See, that's one thing too. It can help their intelligence, but also can help them do stupid stuff like that.
True. Listen, I think video games, especially the ones that are designed to help people learn more. I think a game changer for sure, 100%.
Yeah, but that guy would have did that no matter what.
No, yeah, for sure. Listen,
video games or not, he's all messed up.
Yeah. That's a abnormal circumstance, but I mean,
but it's true though. If you're sitting around playing shooting games like that you're just literally just killing people on the street all day long with a headset on for 20 hours straight every day.
Listen,
then once you step out in the real world and you have your headset, it's like just like what you said. It's almost like
it's true.
Like people are stealing cars left and right after Grand Theft Auto first came out.
It's true.
It's like 12-year-old kids, 11-year-old kids. You see them stealing a car and they crash it somewhere because they Grand Theft Auto.
It's not that they're going to train them to do that right there, but it might give them the idea to some circumstance, and you're not going to be able to umbrella everybody from anything, especially now with Google and everything like that. Before you possibly could, when there was no internet or anything like that, it was who you were around and who you talked to at that point that could share knowledge with you. You didn't really see, or maybe on the TV. Yeah. You didn't get it like firsthand with social media and everybody sharing everything at the drop of a hat. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So, video games I think could definitely boost intelligence, especially those they're designed.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I think they should have video. I mean, they might, but they should have video games where it's like an action or whatever game, but it also has a little bit of like educational stuff in there too, where the kids aren't even realize they're being educated. But every day if they're playing a game, and whether it's geography, whether it's history, they could put something on the screen where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm in New York, that's the Statue of Liberty, and that's whatever, something like he's giving an idea. Because I know geography is like terrible. I've always been good at geography when I was younger, but I even meet grown people where you tell them a city and they're like, oh, where's that? Like, what? Like, it's the capital. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's in America.
You should know that, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, some people are like, oh yeah, or even like small states that no one really talks about, like Delaware or something like that. They're like, oh, where's that? Is that out west? I'm like, come on, man.
Have you seen Minecraft? The way the kids build little worlds, man.
Yes.
They can build so much, Drew. It's crazy. I know you know, John, but like these people build from the ground up, bro. Like they're like 12.
Gym Gang Bang, yes. We service West Virginia too as well. So anything we can help you guys out with, you let me know. All right. Also, the military utilizes video game simulators for M4, M16 training. So that's current. I mean that's where our government's doing official. So, it's pretty serious out there, and it's that's what it is. Like simulators. I mean, it's just going to get more realistic in the simulations going forward for sure, 100%, which will definitely increase a person's retention probably and knowledge and intelligence on it too as well. So that's pretty cool. All right, so last one, Charles Barkley exchanges a vulgar comment to a heckler.
The comment, I mean, I could see if it was a vulgar comment, but that vulgar comment, you're going to have a lot of people not liking you anymore, especially women. So
basically, especially women, right? So Charles Barkley's out there, even after, so what this is all about playoff game, right? So if you guys don't know what's going on in basketball, it's fine. It's the Dallas Mavericks right now playing the Golden State Warriors, okay? And at that point, Golden State won. Dallas Mavericks kind of blew them out. And they're in Golden State, and Charles Barkley is there live, and they're doing their show, and basically saying that even though they lost that game, Dallas is probably going to win the series. And they already don't like him there, I guess, to a certain extent. And they've been heckling him all day. And so Charles Barkley says, I'll F your mama. If you guys keep messing around with her, I'll go to your house. I'll F your mama. So at that point, it probably made them really a little bit more upset.
This is like, it wasn't on the air though, was it? I mean,
he's
done. He's done.
Oh no, he ain't done. Everybody loves Charles Barkley.
I don't know.
This is what to be expected from Charles Barkley.
Yeah, but
this is like,
I can see if he says, "Man, don't make me come to your house and beat you up." But
this is masculinity right here.
Yeah,
okay?
I know, but this is also 2022 where masculinity is like not even people are like.
I think they were chanting at him like "Buck Chuck" or something. Dude, it was hilarious. I mean, it was just hilarious.
Was he funny or was he serious?
Yeah, I want to know his facial expression.
I don't think. Listen, he didn't like go up there and like me like I'm gonna beat your. I wasn't like that. He just said it like in true Charles Barkley form.
Okay, so like just
right. So
I still think there's gonna be something that happens for him doing that though.
I don't know. This is hilarious. I don't care. Either way, if you guys missed it, maybe you guys go on YouTube and go watch it because it is hilarious what he said to these guys.
I'll let you know right now.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. Like
I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
And any of you guys that did not say anything back to Charles Barkley, you guys are what we describe as a garden tool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't want to get my live shut down or anything. So, but that's what it is. So at that point, 2022 Titan events are coming. June 4th, we got World Class Fight League 32. Big shout out to Rafael Garcia. That's at Bryan, Glazer, JCC in Tampa. After that, 617, we might as well call it 618. That's where it's going on. Puerto Rico Pro, and then Type Medical Center is title sponsor of the NPC event there as well.
Got 2 shows same weekend.
Deke Warner, NPC Mid-Florida Classic. That'll be in Orlando. Drew and the crew will be down there representing for that one. 8-4 to 8-6, Tampa Pro. Back in Tampa. I love the show, man. It's a big one. We'll probably be doing our injectables there, free ones. So if you guys are in the area or you guys are coming down for the show, you guys would get maybe a free B12 injectable, maybe one of our free amino blends, something like that, so you guys can see what it does even before becoming a patient and really getting to utilize it all the time.
Yeah, because I remember at the last one when we were giving out the B12 shots,
Huge
a lot
success.
of times after it was over, people were like, man, I didn't even know you guys were giving out B12. So I'm gonna make it a point to be on annoying you guys every day in my story and posting stuff to let you guys know. And they are 100% free. All you gotta do is fill out a waiver. Obviously, if there's a little bit of a line, but usually there's not really a line. We'll have a couple medical providers in the chairs, come up, fill out the waiver, and it's painless. and you'll see that pump.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Oh, yeah,
you'll feel
for
great.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, you can ask a question here. I've seen that on one of the platforms. And then peptide cycle every 12 weeks. It depends what peptides you're using, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of these peptides you can take for long extended periods of time. It just depends like what it is, right? So if you can kind of be a little bit more specific, we can maybe talk about what the peptide is.
Yeah, if it's a healing peptide, I could see 12 weeks. Like, if it's a healing peptide, give it time to heal. But yeah,
you can do prevention. You can be use a prophylactic as far as that goes, and protect yourself in upcoming. Because listen, as we get older, if we want to stay up and we want to be able to lift weight, we got to remember we have our joints and our ligaments and our tendons. Right, and as you get older,
they all
especially if you're an athlete and you've been putting yourself, wear and tear, you're gonna feel even worse.
People are like, just lift a little bit lighter. Man, you crazy.
Especially telling Drew lift a little bit lighter.
I am lifting lighter. They just don't know what I lifted 5 years ago. So
this is hilarious.
To me, this weight is lighter.
Yeah, no. All right, so CJC 1295. All right, so we'll talk about that in 1 second. Big shout out to Globine and Kel, our girl up in Chicago. What's going on, girl?
Chi-town.
All right, so Paul, let's talk about CJC 1295 with Imprana. Now, this is something you can take longer than 12 weeks, usually. That's what the medical provider would say as well. At that point, you can take this peptide, and what it's going to do is it's a GHRH. It's a growth hormone-releasing hormone peptide. And we pair it even with ipamorelin. So you're getting two different peptides, okay? And they're both growth hormone-releasing hormone peptides, where, they're going to help with the signal and the pulse as far as producing and helping you stimulate your own natural growth hormone, right, in your pituitary. So they're not overstimulating it. It's not something that's going to burn it out. So this is something that you can take for long extended periods of time. Its predecessor beforehand was Sermorelin. Now, Sermorelin was the first one, and that was something that was going to take away from, growth hormone for people that had you had dwarfism, children that had growth hormone deficiencies, and adults that had it too as well. So
wasting diseases.
So muscle wasting, or whether it's AIDS or whatever it may be. So at that point, that's really what it is. So it's something that you can benefit from for long extended periods of time being on it. So it's not something you have to run for 12 weeks. Actually, the more longer that you're on it, usually with that one, it usually works a little bit better. 6 months is probably the sweet spot. And with Sermorelin, after 6 months, usually you're like, am I getting any benefits from this? You don't want to feel like that. If you're taking this and injecting this regimentally every day, and you're not getting any benefits from it, then you're like, why? And I would feel the same way. So that's why I tell you guys. But
I got Johnny. I'm sorry.
No, for sure.
Johnny Kills had a good question. He said, when should we dose up or dose down? I would go off of what your medical provider says. A lot of times people just, they think they need more, or even sometimes they think they need less. I would contact the office, get a hold of the medical provider so you can go over it with them. That's the only person that should be telling you when to dose up and dose down. Don't Google search. Don't ask your friend that's prescribed the same medication, because everyone's different. So I would definitely call 727-389-3220, ask the medical provider, and see if you can even dose up. They might say no.
Right.
Go off what your prescription says. I tell people that all the time. If the vial says, just for random numbers, 0.2 ml, then do 0.2 ml. Don't even do 0.3. Because if you do 0.3, you're going to run out too quick, and then your levels are going to be off anyways. So contact the office and let us tell you, not me, let the medical providers tell you, if you can dose up or dose down.
And then Johnny, so you're talking about optimal levels, analytics. So you're talking about numbers versus performance or lifestyle, right? So when we talk about optimal levels of like testosterone per se, and it depends on what lab you're going to for the reference range numbers. That's the minimal to the maximal in normal range, right? When you're talking about testosterone, especially even through LabCorp, now it's 964 at the top, where it used to be 1150, right? And at that point, with Quest, it is 1150. They never changed it. So depending on what the reference range is, you really want to be at the top of that reference range, not too much over. I mean, you could be, depending on what the medical provider allows, when you blood checked. So depending on when you did the injection, depending on when you got the blood work, that will depend on when that spikes and that as far as the testosterone ester releasing and you know, and coming into play.
Yeah, if you guys are taking a short-acting ester too, if you're taking testosterone propionate, which is it's going to be a lot quick. You're going to get a peak blood level real quick.
Yeah.
Don't take a shot of propionate and then come in and do your blood work that same day. Or even the next day, because propionate specifically is going to make it go up real fast.
If you're a patient of ours, you're getting an email and getting communication of when and how you should be doing your medication before a blood test, okay? But, you know, when we talk about this, higher the range, normal range, that should be good. And that's usually good for performance and lifestyle. Now, you got people that are, you know, let's say, you know, Mr. Olympia type situations where these guys are taking, and we don't even know for sure, but mega doses of testosterone, the grams, right?
It means they have mega estrogen. It means they have mega everything.
So
else.
they're probably taking a lot more different medications or drugs, you know, for that. So it really depends on what's going on, and you know, we don't go off scale. Everything that's prescribed we can talk about, but anything else, I'm sorry, we can't. So, all right, Fatlin, what's going on? Ovles, what's going on? So. Next after this, where was I at? Tampa Pro, injections, free ones, B12 aminos. Awesome. All right, so Deke Warner after that, the weekend after that, we're back down to Orlando. I'll be there for that one. Deke Warner NPC Florida State Classic, loving it. And then we got St.Pete Art and Fashion Week. Titan Medical Center is a sponsor, presenter of our fashions, and all the other designers are going to be there. Big shout out to them, and shout out to Donna Crawley as well. It's going to be an awesome weekend. We always have a great time doing this. It's always fun. You know, Dru's one of our main male models here too as well. Represent Titan Medical Center. I have to lower these
carbs now so my stomach is ready.
Dru's always ready. Don't let him tell you any different. All right, so after that, NPC Puerto Rico's going on. We've got 10/22. The Hurricane Pro Titan Medical Center will be here. It'll be in St. Petersburg. Can't wait for that one. Big shout out to Tim Gardner for that. And then we have Cars and Couture on 12/3, which is, you know, another charity event that we throw with Donna Crowley, benefiting Autism Speaks. And I don't know what the theme is yet. She hasn't came out with it, but I'm sure it's going to be spectacular like it was last year. And that was an amazing event last year. It was done at the museum that down in St. Pete. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous night, lights. I mean, the crowd, it was just phenomenal. And the show went, I mean, better than I thought. All right. So definitely come and join us for that. All right. 12:15 to 12:18. I just booked the rooms yesterday. We will be in Olympia, Titan Medical Center. Takeover, baby.
It's time to start Olympia prep.
Yep, one of the main sponsors. We're going to be on the poster, the whole nine. I can't wait. So this will be our third year with Mr. Olympia. Now, the last 2 years, we were here in Orlando. Now, I can't say that I'm too happy we're not going to be able to drive, you know, basically an hour and a half and be there. It'll be a lot easier for us, for sure, as far as what we bring, because we bring a hell of a presentation and a lot of people. So this year, we're going to be in Las Vegas. Right,
the main strip,
and I booked all those rooms. I can't wait. The rooms are beautiful. I got the rooms at the Venetian, so we're there, and that's where the expos are going to happen at. And then the shows at it's at the Planet Hollywood, Zappos Theater, so that's going to be amazing too as well. I heard they're going to be doing all different things. So last year, now we had like VIP tickets, right? And I had also regular tickets, and we all went. And, you know, even being in the front row to the side, it was kind of like, people in the back, you know, all of them were on one level. So it wasn't like,
so you kind of like,
it wasn't like this is going to be, right?
That's
so
going to be crazy.
You know, obviously, more people behind you want to level up so they can all see a great view of the show and everything. So that's what this year is going to bring. So I can't wait. I heard they're going to have like bottle service, like all that, like this thing. Yeah, that's going to so in true Las Vegas style and form, we'll be there. You know, every time Las Vegas, you know, previous COVID, I mean, these were amazing. This Expo was like phenomenal, like bigger and bigger every year. So hopefully we're going to be going back to that. It's going to be amazing out there. And we're going to do it Las Vegas style, so at least we'll get out a lot of cool content out there. Yeah, come to you live. We'll be doing lifestyle out there on Friday live, right before or right during the expo, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. You guys are going to get behind the scenes and first-hand view of what we're doing at the booth. That's going to be awesome.
I want to see Nick Walker make some noise.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Nick Walker make some noise.
I want to get ripped by the O and get a shot with Big Dru. Tall muscle cook.
Let's do it.
Absolutely, man. He's been making great leaps and bounds as far as that weight loss. Big shout out to you. Yeah,
nice,
man.
Nice.
Big shout out. So I think that's it, guys. Unless you guys got any questions about what else we do at Titan Medical Center or how we can help you guys out, It's been an amazing Friday, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend.
Yes, hope you guys have an amazing weekend. We'll be right back next week. Titan Lifestyle, 2 p.m. live every Friday. If you guys aren't subscribed to our YouTube, make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified of videos like this. Yes. Also, check out the podcast. We've done 50 million shows. So
yes.
If you guys want to listen to the old ones, or if you have questions that weren't answered or maybe you missed, you can go to the podcast as well. Yeah. And always check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And we'll see you back next week.
Big shout, Lottie Fitness, shaped by Sarah. What up, Titanette? Mujera, what's going on? How you guys
Louis
doing?
D.
Yes, I love it. I love these things. All right, so yeah, we'll see you guys and next Friday we'll be at a special location. So we'll see you guys then. I appreciate all you guys. We'll see you guys next Friday. Titan Lifestyle.